What's up, my hyperlinks? HMK here once again, and it's that time of year again, E3 Nintendo, boys. And finally, Nintendo has revealed their plans for E3 2017 this year. Now, the only thing we knew going into E3 was that Super Mario Odyssey was going to be playable in the showroom floor. Now we have a bit more details of what their plan is going into the event. Now, on the 13th, which is Tuesday, Nintendo Spotlight will happen, which is basically their version of Nintendo Digital event. They renamed it Nintendo Spotlight. A lot of people are believing that that's the new name for Nintendo Directs now. They're going from Spotlight, they're going from Direct to Spotlight. And according to Nintendo, Nintendo's activities at E3 will kick off with Nintendo Spotlight E3 2017 video presentation, featuring a closer look at Super Mario Odyssey and new details for Nintendo Switch games launching this year. So it looks like the Spotlight is only going to focus on Switch games. We're going to talk a bit more about that later. Next up is the Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2017. And it says stay tuned after Nintendo Spotlight as experts from the Treehouse play through upcoming games for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS family of systems. They show behind the scenes info and maybe share some sweet surprises. On top of that, Nintendo will also host and live stream 2 tournaments at E3. One will be Splatoon 2, which takes place on the 13th as well, and it will be a World Inkling Invitational that consists of 4 pre-qualified squads from the United States, Japan, Europe, and the Oceania region. And this is marketed as the first ever Splatoon 2 World Tournament ever! The second tournament will be an Open Arms Invitational, which takes place on the 14th, which is Wednesday, and as its name suggests, will probably be open to the public. Now, with all of this in mind, Nintendo states when their booth space opens at noon on June 13th, attendees will be the first people in the world to be able to try out Super Mario Odyssey as well as other Nintendo games for the Switch. And they keep on saying, like they said before, Super Mario Odyssey is the first Mario Sandbox style game since 64 and Sunshine. And here we go, that's Nintendo's plans for E3 2017. Now, the Nintendo Spotlight certainly sounds exciting, but I want to be sure that they're going to show off some new games along with the games that we already know that's coming out this year. Because when they say new details for Nintendo Switch games launching this year, that worries me a little bit, but I know Nintendo's not that dumb that they're just going to not show new games at E3. I mean, because this is E3 we're talking about, and Reggie was talking up a big game earlier. But it looks like they're really doubling down on the Nintendo Switch and the games that they're going to showcase at the event. I mean, sure, they're going to talk about 3DS games during the Treehouse, but the Spotlight and the showroom floor seems to be only focusing on Nintendo Switch, which I'm glad about. And while it definitely seems that Super Mario Odyssey is definitely the star of the show this time around, I don't think they're going to focus on it to an extreme degree like they did with Breath of the Wild last year. So I'm expecting some big new things this year from Nintendo at their Nintendo Spotlight, you know, because this is E3 we're talking about. They have to put up a huge show. And this is where the speculation begins, ladies and gentlemen, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled on the HMK channel because I'm going to be at E3 this year and I'm going to go all in on Nintendo stuff. But I want to know what you guys think on Nintendo's plans at E3 2017 this year. Leave your thoughts, comments, and questions in the comment section below, and while you're at it, like, share, favorite, subscribe, and hit that bell next to the subscribe button in order to keep on track of notifications of all things E3 and Nintendo from HMK. So until the next video, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.